I feel great. For me, this fight means a lot, and I feel great. Ready. I can't wait for Saturday night.
Blessed. It's been a long time coming. It's been long overdue. And come Saturday, I'm going to show the world what they've been missing out on.
In terms of the best version of Canelo.
Big one.
Yeah.
For me, it's a very important fight to win. So I have that combination for this fight, this motivation and my discipline I ever had in my life, my whole career.
Canelo has made it clear what he wants to do. He told me, "I want to do everything I can for Crawford," a line that says everything about how ready he is. The great Mexican isn't just working. He's crazy about it. Every workout, every time they fight, everything is set up so that there are no excuses when the bell rings.
First things first, a lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? Good, very good, and I'm very grateful with him because he make that time to go and give me a good.
Canelo has reached his goal in more ways than just his strength and chin. It shows how he has changed over time. He changes himself from fight to fight, improving his tactics and adding new flavors. He doesn't want to fight like that again. One night, he's after you like a pressure cooker. The next second, he's a careful counterpuncher that makes you miss by a few thousandths of an inch. He is very scary because he is always changing. Watch the video. But by the time you get into the ring, he will have changed how he does things.
Last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 fights, I don't see the old Canelo who was slick, making guys miss. I see a seek and destroy fighter. Do you, first of all, why? Am I right about
Because
that?
I don't
Why did
need
that
it.
happen? You don't need it.
Because I don't need it with that kind of fighters. They are slower than me, so I don't need to start moving or keep moving. If I know I don't need to do something, why I'm gonna do it? If I need it, I'm gonna do it.
There's more to Canelo's speech than just how hard he trains. It's a message sent straight to Crawford. People have told him that he'll be in the best shape of his life and have the smartest skills he's ever shown on fight night. It's not just having faith. That's the question. Canelo tells, but that the man across the ring is not the same Canelo they have seen before. His main goal is to get better, stronger, and faster.
And a fighter is fast and throw a lot of punches and everything. So, well,
Who's Crawford? Where does he fall?
Yeah, I'm gonna need it for sure.
You're gonna need those skills for sure in this fight.
And you will see.
So that's my question, because you can fall into habits. And then my question in the heat of the moment is, but does Canelo still have the muscle memory? Not just knowing how to do it, of course you know how to do it, but does your body still respond the same way that it did when you were the slick Canelo? Is it still there?
We'll see Saturday night. I think I'm still there and I feel better.
The voice of John Ryder then came on. Ryder had been in the ring with Canelo and knew how dangerous it was.
Yeah, I think he's smaller, got the speed. Crawford is a special fighter though. He's one of them generational greats as well. Like, you got two generational greats going up against each other there. And for the fighter fans, it's a real treat. And listen, I'm sure financially they're both going to come away winners. But listen, it's a hell of a fight. And listen, I believe Canelo will come away victorious. But Terence Crawford has got the ability to make this really hard for him. The switch hitting, the punch variety, the punch volume. He's so smart with his hand placement, how he moves his feet. He can make it a nightmare for Canelo. But I just believe over the course of the 12 rounds, Canelo will grind him down with the weight advantage. And I'd say beat him on a narrow points margin.
Ryder's view, as someone who has fought with Canelo, made the talk more interesting. He talked about the fight as a battle between two generations of great boxers, and he said that either one of them could change the finish at any time. He didn't make the picture look like a one-sided fight. The fight was for skill, strength, and life. The fact that both guys could hurt each other caught his attention. This made the fight even less predictable. Ryder didn't end there. He talked about Canelo's plan, as if he had seen those shots happen himself. He learned a lot about Canelo's style and did it very precisely. Ryder made it clear that Canelo is more than just a puncher. He is a patient thinker who puts in conscious pressure on you round after round until your energy and confidence start to fade.
It's not one punch power, but it's like it's the consecutive punches he put together. He can really load up, and he doesn't seem to fade. He doesn't explode with 3 or 4 punches and then need to breathe to go again. He'll do it, and he'll put the second phase on it, and he'll put the heavy shots in again. So he's always there to throw. He's always in range to throw. He's always got the hands cocked to throw, and he doesn't waste much.
His research showed why Canelo, such an important part of the story. It's not just a bunch of individual pictures. It is the steady flow of mixtures that put pressure on things. From Ryder's point of view, it was clear how dangerous it could be to be near someone who never loses a chance to speak up. It's always the same, which can wear down even the strongest guard. You can't stop it when you're up against Crawford. Tim Bradley, who used to be a world winner and is now an analyst, explained the same strategy that Crawford needs to use in this match.
Canelo on his back foot, he's a different fighter. A completely different fighter when you put him on his back foot. Yeah, he can move a little bit, but yeah, he likes to come forward with that power. But you put him on his back foot, let me tell you similar too. Remember, you know this guy named Usyk who put Fury on his back foot? Yeah, push the pace on him. Yeah, with volume, feints. Put Canelo on his back foot, Crawford. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put him on his back foot. Hell to the damn yeah. That's how you get it done, man. That's one aspect that you're gonna have to do. And hey, I would advise you to do it as early as damn possible. Do it as early as possible, because guess what? If you do that, you're going to get control right away of the judges, right? They're going to be looking at you. You're going to dictate the pace. You're going to dictate the flow of the fight. You got to have him react to you, not you reacting to him. That's how you gain control of the fight real quick, real soon. Get active with that.
Bradley's comments get right to the heart of what could make or break everything. His fall showed that this fight isn't just about who is stronger or more powerful. It's also about who can control the pace strategically. He then said that getting Canelo out of his comfort zone would help the fight get off to a good start. You can only get that kind of advice from someone who has been through the same thing and fought at the highest level. That way of thinking could make the fight very different from what most people expect. Some of Crawford's gym buddies even notice this and tell him they're sure of him.
Nah, he's strong. That man is strong. He's strong. So I don't think he'll have a problem, you know what I'm saying, with that.
Being able to compare Stanton's point of view to Crawford's adds more weight, indicating a level of toughness and sheer ability that isn't often seen in public. Stanton's comments made people remember that Crawford is not only good at what she does, but she's also built to handle pressure. His words showed confidence even though he didn't say it, and you knew exactly what he'd been through. That secret strength could be the thing that makes the difference when the lights are on. Stanton even pointed out what he thinks is Crawford's clearest way to succeed.
Just use his skills. I think he has the better skills, and I'd say just box him, you know what I mean? Just box him the whole.
Instead of trying to go power for power, he was giving advice by letting experts do the work. He said Crawford was an expert who could take apart big men based on how smart they were at punching. It was clear what the message was: stay smart and sharp, and let boxing take the lead. That was a clear sign of how Crawford can turn the fight around for the better for someone who keeps track of every round like Stanton does with Crawford, and added another twist to the topic of strategy.
For 37 years old, like, he's training like he's like 25. Like, I don't think there'll be no problem at all.
It's about the only thing you feel like?
Yeah, it's power.
So from the sounds of it, you're quite confident Terence will defeat Canelo on Saturday?
Correct.
I've seen the build-up. Terence has mentioned a bit that we might see a different version of him. We might see him be not necessarily aggressive, but he won't kind of just box and move and rely on his ability. Do you think we see Terence maybe try and push Canelo back a little bit?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I think so, man. I ain't gonna lie. I say he boxed him the whole time, but I feel like he'll get in there and bang with him, you know what I mean? Get out. get back in. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he has the power to be able to do that consistently and to earn Canelo's respect?
I don't know. We'll see. Because, you know, obviously Canelo, he's fought it from, 54 to 75. So he's fought big punchers. So, yeah.
And obviously, when you're seeing such a huge fight on Saturday night, how much more does that whet your appetite when you've shared the ring with one of those main event guys, but also you probably picture yourself one day being in a similar situation, being in a big fight like that?
Yeah.
How much do you think about it yourself, being in that situation at some point in your career?
I don't think about it.
Huh?
I don't think about it, man.
What do you picture then when you think about
Picture him or
no,
me?
yourself? So when you see a big fight like that on Saturday night, do you picture yourself one day being in a similar position?
Yeah, but I don't think about it. I could picture it though, but I don't think about it.
Why do you not think about something like that? Not something for you to like kind of strive towards?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I just live one day at a time. You know what I mean? So I don't think too far into the future, but I do picture myself in a big fight like that one day. I really do.
So if you weren't to look too far into the future, and if you allow me to do that for you, if I was to interview you in 1 year's time, where will you be in your career?
Hopefully far, man. Fighting on a big card. Fighting on a big card. That's where I see myself.
Well, Al, listen, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your camp, and obviously enjoy the week that's to follow on Saturday night.
Yep. Thank you.
At every training camp, he talked about Crawford's promise and how hard he worked and how disciplined he was. Stanton said the picture showed a fighter who trains like he or she is much younger. Stanton thought that Crawford might be able to mix boxing moves when he wants to be smart, then slide into a bang and then pull back. Crawford has the mind and drive of a man who is still trying to prove his worth. That range of skills is one of a kind and makes him very dangerous to any opponent. Canelo's best tool in the fight might be his ability to surprise people. Keith Thurman, on the other hand, was completely honest about how unbeatable he thought Canelo was. He took away all the flash and explained it in simple terms so the crowd wouldn't get lost. He also gave Canelo's opponent some honest feedback to think about.
I just said, my favorite quote, I've been telling everybody and I just can't come up with anything better. Canelo Alvarez is not, was not, and will not ever be an unbeatable fighter. That's fine. None of us are really unbeatable, right? But people got to understand this. Canelo Alvarez is not an unbeatable fighter. The question is, whoever he's fighting, we don't question what Canelo's going to do, right? We question what his opponents are going to do, right? It's not even really about Canelo. Canelo's going to show up as Canelo Alvarez, right? Ginger boy. So the question is, are you going to beat him? And are you going to beat him today? Like when fight night happens, is it you? And is it now? You ready to beat him now? He's not unbeatable. Maybe you can beat him, but are you going to do it? And are you going to do it now?
It wasn't just a comment. Anyone who wants to fight Canelo had to pass this test. Thurman made it clear that the only thing that matters is whether Canelo shows up. Supporters should really be asking if they think his opponent is manly enough to handle the task. He put the blame on the challenger instead of Canelo. He would have to do this in his case against the man who was brave enough to fight Canelo. It made Thurman's talk more interesting, which was less about Canelo's achievements and more about how he did them.
I thought Danny Jacobs was going to have a way better performance.
Danny actually performed well against Canelo, but he didn't take any chances. He was doing just enough to not get beaten.
And Canelo was feeling himself. Canelo had preparation. He had that head movement, losing to Floyd, this and that. He fought some flat-footed fighters. He got used to getting his head here and there and ducking down and then pulling out and spinning out and little tactics. I've never seen somebody make Danny Jacobs miss so many punches. It was highly impressive. I did not expect that, because the amateur pedigree growing up with Danny Jacobs. I know exactly what kind of New York fighter he is. And then the other one that surprised me in Canelo's career was when he defeated Larry Laura. I'm not a betting man most of the times. I wasn't thinking about it much, but I did not give him a thought that he's got this fight. I'm like, nah, this is a bad setup. This boxer has what it takes to outbox a Canelo Alvarez.
Thurman showed how Canelo learned, grew, and got better with each fight, from Danny Jacobs being too cautious to Arisi Lara's shocking loss. The details showed both respect and surprise, as if Thurman was shocked that Canelo had understood and used those suggestions for improvement. It was a big sign that athletes have been killed more often when they didn't think Canelo would win. That history is still important for Crawford's fight. Thurman got right to the point. If there was a mathematical way to figure out how good Crawford's chances were, he said out loud what would make or break the race.
Like I said about my statement for this fight, victory comes in preparation. The only way Bud Crawford even gets close to winning is through the preparation. We can say, oh, the extra weight, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He truly wants to win. What you will see within the first opening half is him working behind the jab. If he does not work behind the jab, he is not geared for the tactical approach. And the only other approach, which is the Hail Mary, is that you hurt the gorilla neck boy.
Ryder was the only one who made it sound bigger than he was. He used it as a test of the spirit. The things he said about hunger hit me like a shot, because that's what matters in the end. A fighter is someone who gets up every day ready to bleed and prove himself all over again. Talent is one thing. Who gets the most points when the lights are on? That's why the start is so important. If Crawford sets the pace early on, fireworks could go off in ways we didn't expect. But if Canelo sets up that cruel rhythm first, but may have to deal with a long, painful night, in neither case, it says can't miss. What do you say? Is the smaller man too weak for Canelo's championship knowledge and raw power? Or will Crawford amaze everyone again by showing that size doesn't matter when duty comes along? A knockout, a decision, and one big punch that changes the game. We'll be reading the comments to see what you think. If you want more tough analyses, new content, and in-depth looks at boxing's biggest events, don't forget to subscribe.